The Dragon of Hong Kong. Chapter 1. The Humble Beginnings. The rain fell in sheets over the crowded streets of Hong Kong, the neon lights reflecting off the wet pavement like a kaleidoscope of colors. In a small, dimly lit apartment in Kowloon, a young man named Li Wei sat at a rickety wooden desk, his face illuminated by the glow of his laptop. The apartment was modest, barely large enough to fit a bed, a desk, and a small kitchenette. But for Li Wei, it was home. Li Wei had come to Hong Kong from a small village in Guangdong province, chasing the dream of a better life. His parents had sacrificed everything to send him to university in the city, and he was determined to make them proud. But life in Hong Kong was not easy. The city was a jungle of concrete and steel, where only the strongest survived. Li Wei worked tirelessly, juggling multiple jobs to make ends meet. By day, he was a junior analyst at a small investment firm, crunching numbers and writing reports for clients who barely knew his name. By night, he drove a delivery van, navigating the labyrinthine streets of the city to deliver packages to impatient customers. He barely slept, surviving on instant noodles and cheap coffee. But Li Wei had a secret. In the quiet hours of the night, when the city was asleep, he would pore over financial reports, study market trends, and teach himself the intricacies of investing. He had a knack for numbers, a natural talent for spotting opportunities where others saw only risk. And he had a dream of one day becoming the richest man in Hong Kong. Chapter 2. The First Breakthrough. It was a sweltering summer afternoon when Li Wei got his first big break. He had been analyzing the financials of a struggling tech company, a small firm that had been overlooked by the big players in the industry. The company was on the verge of bankruptcy, its stock price plummeting as investors fled. But Li Wei saw something others didn't: a hidden potential, a spark of innovation that could turn the company around. With the little savings he had, Li Wei invested in the company, buying up shares at rock-bottom prices. It was a risky move, one that could have wiped him out completely. But Li Wei believed in his analysis, and he trusted his instincts. Months passed, and the company began to show signs of life. A new CEO was brought in, a visionary who shared Li Wei's belief in the company's potential. Together, they turned the company around, launching a groundbreaking new product that took the market by storm. The stock price soared, and Li Wei's investment multiplied tenfold. It was his first taste of success, and it only fueled his ambition. Li Wei quit his job at the investment firm and started his own hedge fund, using his newfound wealth as seed capital. He called it Dragon Capital, a nod to the mythical creature that symbolized power and prosperity in Chinese culture. Chapter 3. The Rise of Dragon Capital. Dragon Capital started small, with just a handful of clients and a modest office in Central. But Li Wei's reputation as a savvy investor quickly spread, and soon the firm was managing millions of dollars for wealthy clients and institutional investors. Li Wei's strategy was simple but effective. He focused on undervalued companies with strong growth potential, often in industries that others overlooked. He had a keen eye for spotting trends before they became mainstream, and he wasn't afraid to take calculated risks. His returns were consistently high, and his clients were happy. But Li Wei wasn't content to just manage other people's money. He wanted to build an empire, a legacy that would last for generations. He began to diversify his investments, branching out into real estate, technology, and even entertainment. He bought up prime properties in Hong Kong's most exclusive neighborhoods, developed cutting-edge tech startups, and produced blockbuster films that captivated audiences across Asia. As his wealth grew, so did his influence. Li Wei became a fixture in Hong Kong's high society, rubbing shoulders with tycoons, politicians, and celebrities. He was known for his sharp mind, his impeccable taste, and his unwavering determination. But despite his success, he never forgot his roots. He remained humble, always remembering the struggles of his early days in the city. Chapter 4. The Rivalry. But Li Wei's rise to the top was not without challenges. In the cutthroat world of Hong Kong's business elite, there were always rivals waiting to take him down. The most formidable of these was Victor Chan, a ruthless tycoon who had made his fortune in real estate and shipping. Victor Chan was everything Li Wei was not: arrogant, ruthless, and willing to do whatever it took to win. He saw Li Wei as a threat, an upstart who dared to challenge his dominance. And he was determined to crush him. The rivalry between the two men played out in the boardrooms and back alleys of Hong Kong. Victor used his connections to block Li Wei's deals, spread rumors to tarnish his reputation, and even sabotage his projects. But Li Wei was no pushover. He fought back with equal ferocity, using his intelligence and resourcefulness to outmaneuver his rival at every turn. The battle reached its climax in a high-stakes bidding war for a prime piece of real estate on Victoria Harbour. Both men wanted the land for a massive development project that would cement their legacy in the city. The bidding went back and forth, with each man pushing the price higher and higher. In the end, it was Li Wei who emerged victorious, securing the land with a record-breaking bid. It was a defining moment in Li Wei's career, a testament to his resilience and determination. But it also marked the beginning of a new chapter in his life, one that would test him in ways he never imagined. Chapter 5. The Price of Success. As Li Wei's wealth and power grew, so did the demands on his time and energy. He was constantly on the move, jetting between Hong Kong, New York, and London to close deals and attend meetings. He barely had time to sleep, let alone enjoy the fruits of his labor. His personal life suffered as a result. His marriage to his college sweetheart, Mai Ling, began to unravel under the strain of his relentless schedule. They had grown apart, their once strong bond weakened by years of neglect. Despite his best efforts to repair the relationship, the damage was done. They divorced amicably, but it was a painful reminder of the sacrifices he had made for his success. Li Wei also faced growing scrutiny from the media and the public. As one of the richest men in Hong Kong, he was constantly in the spotlight, his every move analyzed and criticized. Some praised him as a self-made success story, a symbol of Hong Kong's entrepreneurial spirit. Others accused him of being greedy and out of touch, a symbol of the city's growing wealth gap. But Li Wei remained focused on his goals. He believed that his success was not just for himself, but for the greater good. He used his wealth to give back to the community, funding scholarships, building schools, and supporting charitable causes. He wanted to create a legacy that would benefit future generations, a legacy that would outlast him. Chapter 6. The Legacy. By the time Li Wei turned 50, he had achieved everything he had ever dreamed of. He was the richest man in Hong Kong, with a net worth that rivaled the likes of Warren Buffett and Jeff Bezos. His empire spanned industries and continents, and his name was synonymous with success and power. But as he stood on the balcony of his penthouse overlooking Victoria Harbour, Li Wei couldn't help but feel a sense of emptiness. He had everything he had ever wanted, but he had also lost so much along the way: his marriage, his health, and even a part of himself. It was then that he realized that true wealth was not measured in dollars and cents, but in the relationships we build, the lives we touch, and the legacy we leave behind. He decided to step back from the day-to-day operations of his empire, handing over the reins to a trusted team of executives. He devoted more time to his family, reconnecting with his children and grandchildren. And he focused on his philanthropic work, using his wealth to make a positive impact on the world. In the end, Li Wei's story was not just about a man who became the richest in Hong Kong. It was about a man who learned the true meaning of success, and who used his wealth and power to make the world a better place. Epilogue. The Dragon's Legacy. Years later, as Li Wei walked through the bustling streets of Hong Kong, he couldn't help but smile. The city had changed so much since he had first arrived as a young man with nothing but a dream. But one thing remained the same: the spirit of resilience and determination that had driven him to succeed. As he passed by a group of young entrepreneurs pitching their ideas in a coffee shop, he felt a sense of pride. They were the future of Hong Kong, the next generation of dreamers and doers. And he knew that his legacy would live on through them. For Li Wei, the Dragon of Hong Kong, the journey was far from over. It was just beginning.